Nancy Pelosi, right? She's Speaker of the House. She's made a decision. She's going to hold a vote tomorrow on when to release the articles of impeachment. What do you think? We're going to take a poll here today on the Manning Report. What do you think? I mean, Nancy's been holding those articles of impeachment now for just about a month, right? Do you think it's been a good idea or a bad idea to hold them? Because until she releases them, Trump is just impeached, but can't no action take place in the Senate. The Senate has to make the determination as to whether or not they're going to remove him from office, right? But Mitch McConnell, Mitch Turkey Neck McConnell, Turkey Neck, not Nake. They say Nake in North Carolina. I'm from North Carolina. You understand? You forgive me, right? Turkey Neck, Mitch McConnell said that he ain't holding no witnesses. This ain't nothing but a scam, a hoax, and he gonna get rid of it because he got the power there in the Senate because he got there are only 47 Democrats, well actually 45 and 2 independents, and you don't know which way they're gonna go. But that boy Joe Manchin down there in West Virginia, he might sneak out, and the other boy Doug Jones down there in Alabama, you don't know what they're gonna do. These boys are in redneck territory. They're Democrats, but they're in redneck territory. So I'm not so sure that Chuck Schumer's got 47 votes. Anyway, so the deal is this: is that the deal is that Nancy says she's gonna have a vote tomorrow. She says she's gonna release them. A lot of people are running around talking about she's gonna release them tomorrow. That ain't what the woman said. That's not what the woman said. That's not what the woman said. The woman said she's gonna have a vote tomorrow, which is Tuesday, which is the day after today. And that she was going to release them. A vote to release, and we don't know when to vote. They say don't release them. And I think that it's been profitable for her to hold those articles of impeachment. I think it's been profitable. Because since then, John Bolton has come, but I don't trust Bolton. I think Bolton's a fraud. I do. I don't, I wouldn't subpoena that boy for nothing. I think he's a fraud. First of all, I think he's gay. That's the first thing. And the other thing is that I think it's a fraud. I think he's up to something. I think all these Japheth boys are in lockstep, not because they like Trump. They're in lockstep now because what I've been telling y'all about this, the survival of white supremacy. A lot of people say that's hate talk. It ain't hate talk, it's just the truth. The shoe's on the other foot. And the Japheth man is having a difficult time trying to maintain his demographics politically, economically. His political economic strength. It's waning. And Trump was a crazy fool that got out there and started doing the kind of things that they really like. Listen, these people have been crazy for a very long time. It's just that they couldn't find a leader. They just couldn't find somebody to turn them out. Trump turned all these Japheth people, these Southern Baptists, they ain't never been near Jesus. Trump turned them out. Trump put them on the stroll. I ain't gonna tell you what stroll I'm talking about. But Trump put these Japheth boys on the stroll. He turned them out. They've been like this for years, though. The truth about it, everybody knows that they've been like, but they wouldn't come out the closet. Like Obama brought the gay boys out the closet. Trump brought these Japheth boys out the closet, And so, but the deal is this: is that I think that Nancy holding those. And I'm going to give a little talk in a minute about what I'll take the assessment of whether or not Trump will be removed or not, but. Trump called Nancy Pelosi crazy Nancy. Nancy Pelosi said Trump, what's the word? That's a psychological term. Trump imposes on people what he know about himself or what is true about himself. If he calls you a name, it's because that's who he is. So he calls her crazy Nancy. He didn't give her a name for a long time. Now he calls her crazy Nancy. And Nancy Pelosi says he's crazy. But she also said that, she's going to release those, those articles. I think that it's been a good thing. John Bolton came out of the closet. Well, he came out. And then there's been some other reporting done by the Freedom of Information Act that's brought out the fact that it was reported that 90 minutes after Trump had gotten off that phone with Zelensky, that the guy over at Office of Management and Budget was told to put a stop on that money, don't let that money go out the door. So there's been a lot of information that's come out. I'm waiting to find out what's happening up here in New York with, with the cases that are going on here in New York City with Trump's taxes and, the Attorney General, Tish, what's her name? Good Lord have mercy. Tish James. I haven't heard, they've been as quiet as a church mouse about what's going on up here. So, anyway, Mr. Engineer, it's clip number 1, where Nancy is responding to Tribulation Trump. Roll that clip.
It's Sunday morning. I'd like to talk about some more pleasant subjects than the erratic nature of this president of the United States. But he has to know that every knock from him is a boost. I don't like to spend too much time on his crazy tweets because everything he says is a projection. When he calls somebody crazy, he knows that he is. Everything he says, you can just translate it back to who he is. But again, it's Sunday morning. Let's be optimistic about the future, a future that will not have Donald Trump in the White House, one way or another.
Nancy says she's a Catholic. This is a Sunday morning, right? So she's putting focus on that. I guess she's going, I want you in the church holding Mass. But, focus on a White House that will not have Trump. He ain't going to be in there long, I can tell you that right now. It's like what the monkey said when they cut his tail off. It won't be long now before Trump's out of there. This is a bit of a news blog we do looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.